What's going on, guys? Dylan Conrad, Coach Con Diesel. I'm going to talk to you guys today about refeed days. Before I get into that, follow me on Instagram at Coach_Con Diesel. If you're watching this on YouTube, like, subscribe, turn notifications on. All helps the algorithm. So, refeed days, what are they? Nice, dude. I got the gardener right there. People mistake these with cheat days all the time. So what is a cheat day? A cheat day is basically a day where you can cheat on your diet and eat whatever the heck you want in mass quantities, whatever protein, carb, and fat that you want. And it doesn't offset your results. When in fact, this gardener's killing me. In fact, it does actually offset your results. If you look at the average calories for the week, and you're over whatever your maintenance is, and you're eating a caloric surplus, right? Which means that you're eating more calories than you're burning off. You're going to gain weight and body fat. Like, that's just the laws of physics. That is the law of thermodynamics. That is the law of your body. Like, it's going to happen, right? What a refeed day is, it's different. It's more structured. It's a day where you're purposely going higher on that one day and lower on the other days to compensate. And I'm gonna kind of go over what they are. Now, typically when people implement cheat days or refeed days, it makes it a lot harder the next day to get back on track psychologically. So there is one thing that I'm going to talk to you guys in a little bit if you are gonna implement refeed days into your nutrition. So first and foremost, if you're not logging your food, weighing your food, all that stuff, start there. This is way further down the line, okay? I'm talking to the person that's logging their food, has a good concept of macros, protein, carbs, and fats, is weighing their food, with surgical precision, not ballparking stuff. I'm talking to the person that has trouble with their adherence to that because they get super hungry. And it usually happens once a week that they derail. Either they get stressed, they get tired, they get hangry, they can just kind of feel themselves wearing down. There's this point where you kind of feel yourself I don't know how sustainable me being this hungry is. If you get to that point once a week, this might be a good solution. So I had a client about 6 months ago was having this situation where once a week, he'd be crushing his training, crushing his diet, everything was perfect. Once a week, just esh the bed, and he would just eat all the food in the world and sending him to a huge surplus and offsetting any results he had during the week. And not only that, he felt like he failed. So the next day and the day after that, it was hard to get back on track. So sometimes those days that were higher turned into 2 to 3 days, right? And so if you find yourself in that situation as once a week, what we did was we purposely took his calories lower. So, let's say for him, he was at 1,500 calories. That was his deficit. We took him to 1,300 calories for 6 days. So that gave us 6 times 6 days, right? 200 extra calories. So we took him from 1,500 to 1,300. So he has 200 calories bonus, right? And so times 6, that's 1,200 extra calories. And what we did is we added that to the 1,500. So we gave him 2,700. And so that one day he was allowed to eat 2,700 calories. The other day he was eating lower. And so having this day where he gets to eat higher calories and feel full and, have alcohol eventually, which he cycled back in, more calorically dense, fatty, carb dense foods that were just more delicious to him. It allowed him to just really have a mental break, psychological break. It allowed him to have more, foods that he loved and really wanted to enjoy. It allowed him to have that feeling of hunger go away for once that day. And the one thing that, I said as a caveat, if you want to do this, the one thing you have to do is you have to pre-log all your food. So you have to log all your food the day before, the night before, or the morning of that you're going to eat that day, right? Even if you don't eat that day and if you change a couple things, that's fine. But as long as we have that structure, and you have to do that for the high day and you have to do it for the day after that, especially because the biggest thing I see on these refeed days is people have such trouble getting back into the groove. So having that pre-log high and then back to normal is going to be key. And so what we're doing is basically, by shaving 200 off the other days and then going up to that 2,700 is we're taking the average to 1,500 daily. So it doesn't really matter. So as long as you're taking your weight every single day, you're comparing that to average week to week, you're eating, at an average deficit, the average weight from week to week should be trending down. And if it's not, obviously, then you can start messing with different, cardio, and you can start messing with, different macronutrient partitionings, whatever it is. But my point is, if you are having trouble once a week with your adherence, and you see like it just snowballs, or maybe it's once every other week, a refeed day implementing to your system would be good. Obviously, do this under the supervision of a coach. Get someone that really knows what they're doing to not only hold you accountable, but to better guide you and set this up for you. That said, hope this helps. Refeed days, like cheat days, are like they don't work, right? They will never get you results if you have one day that you're just like going ham on, and just it's not gonna work. Like anyone that's promoting them is full of shit. I'm sorry, and you probably should not listen to them. Refeed days, on the other hand, great, structured, predetermined, and going to keep you in a deficit average for the full week. Anyways, Dylan Connor, Coach Gun Diesel. Hope this helps. Enjoy the rest of your day.